The orcs have been repelled, and their war boss has been defeated. But this war is far from over. The orcs still threaten to overcome several major population centers, and could mass more than a large enough force to overwhelm the Imperial armies present on the planet. We have bought time, nothing more. But this is no longer a primary concern. Our scouts have recovered evidence that the forces of chaos, the great enemy, may be operating on this planet, right under our very noses. We must face this foe wherever they stand. If there is even a chance that they are here, we must seek them out and destroy them. Inquisitor Toth is demanding that we leave the planet, but of all the powers his position grants him, commandeering a space marine company is not one of them. I must admit that I find his presence unwelcome so soon after the events on my homeworld of Cyrene. Inquisitors have a way of inflaming a guilty conscience, and that I do not need right now.
This warp storm could trap us here for a month or for a century. We cannot risk staying here. We must evacuate Tartarus before it arrives in 3 days' time.
The Imperial Guard and Holy Fleet can attend to the evacuation. The Blood Ravens have more pressing matters to contend with.
Such as?
I believe agents of chaos have taken strong root here.
I sense no taint here. Even so, were there a chaos presence on Tartarus, it is better we leave them here with the orcs than waste more lives fighting them. We could wish no worse fate for either of our enemies, and to be trapped with the other. But we must leave here now.
That is a matter for my brothers and I to decide. We will use these 3 days to settle our affairs and satisfy our suspicions. Meanwhile, you have our transports to facilitate evacuation.
Colonel Brom, the captain and I must attend to matters of faith. If you would leave us, please.
But surely this involves me as a...
Forgive me for not being clear on the matter. I said please, when in fact I meant now.
This does involve him. You should have shown him a modicum of respect.
Captain, you uncovered extensive heresy on your home world. Cyrene, was it?
That has nothing to do with the events here on Tartarus.
But I believe they do. You requested the Inquisition undertake an exterminatus, the destruction of your planet's entire populace, which we obliged.
I still fail to see...
Captain, I am not questioning your loyalty, but I must wonder if your actions on Cyrene have not affected your judgment. Perhaps that was a poor choice of words. I merely fear that you might see chaos, but it does not exist. I ask that as a loyal subject of the Emperor, you serve the Imperium's interest before your own agenda.
Captain, that Inquisitor had no right to speak to you in such manner. But perhaps he is right. The coming storm will trap our enemies here where they can consume one another.
And what if the forces of chaos escape the system before the storm? No, we will not use this freak occurrence as an excuse to avoid our enemies, or our responsibility. They are here for a reason, and we will discover that reason.
We are with you, brother Captain, as always.
The humans are coming your way in full force. You should hear their heavy feet long before you see them, and smell them long before that.
Orbital Command has indicated the dropship landed in this general proximity. We've discovered a path, Captain. It's obvious someone has been digging here.
Cut by orcs?
I've never seen an orc lend such a careful hand to a task.
If it wasn't orcs, then it must be the forces of chaos.
Space Marines! Attack!
We will follow this path and discover the truth behind what has transpired here.
We are the Emperor's chosen.
The Emperor protects. The sacred artifact will now be available to us. Construct it, and we will have access to powerful abilities.
I will do as you ask.
Scouts awaiting orders. Scouts here.
Marine squad deployed. Fear denies fate. Yes, my lord. Awaiting orders. Fear our wrath.
Here to serve. Initializing build protocol. Yes, Lord?
Scouts in position.
Squad deployed. We are the Emperor's chosen. Yes, my lord. Weapons at ready. It is time. What is your order?
He who stands with me shall be my brother.
I am ready to pass judgment.
This day shall be a glorious one for the Imperium.
My knowledge is at your disposal.
Heresy grows from idleness.
I stand ready. With me, brothers. I shall never tire. My knowledge is at your disposal. I serve. We shall stand shoulder to shoulder, my brothers.
Yes?
My faith is my shield.
I stand ready.
Today the enemy shall know fear. Orcs, attack! Wait. They weren't attacking. They were fleeing.
What could inspire fear in an orc?
Scouts awaiting orders. infiltrating enemy territory.
Praise the Emperor.
I am prepared.
Venerate the immortal Emperor. Mind over matter.
This day shall be a glorious one for the Imperium.
Position secure.
Yes, most beneficent one. I shall obey.
Walk softly and carry a big gun.
Here to serve. Build routine 721 initiated.
My faith is my shield.
Hope is the first step on the road to disappointment.
I am prepared. Yes. I am ready to pass
Hope is
judgment.
the first step on the road to disappointment.
At your command.
Walk softly and carry a big gun. I shall not fail. Something is not right here. These orc bodies do not look like they were dispatched by Imperial hands. We must proceed with caution. For terror!
Here to serve.
What would you have me do? For the Emperor. Eldar.
Perhaps we were mistaken about the presence of the forces of chaos.
Be it Eldar or chaos, I will have answers either way. Press on. We are united in his service.
Scouts ready. Infiltrating enemy territory.
Here to serve.
Marine squad deployed. We are the Emperor's chosen. Onward to glory!
The Emperor protects.
Yes, most beneficent one.
My knowledge is at your disposal.
Scouts here. Strategic point identified.
Beware the alien, the mutant, the heretic.
How can I serve? Men, you will follow my directives from here on out.
Taking heavy fire!
None can stand before the Inquisition.
Position secure.
Hope is the first step on the road to disappointment.
Yes, Lord. With all due haste.
How can I serve? The Emperor protects. An open mind is like a fortress with its gates unbarred and unguarded.
Yes, Lord. Initializing build protocol.
Scouts here. Search commencing.
I await your instructions. Here to serve.
Apothecaries are standing by to tend to our wounded. Build them at the sacred artifact.
Scouts reporting for duty. Scouts awaiting orders. Scouts awaiting orders.
Yes? Agreed.
Apothecary ready.
Scouts here. We will move ahead and mark any enemy positions.
Yes, most beneficent one.
He who stands with me shall be my brother.
Yes, most beneficent one. Build routine 721 initiated.
Walk softly and carry a big gun. For terror. Dark Reapers, fall back. We need Rhino transport tanks. I serve mankind. They will allow us to get through unscathed and attack the Dark Reapers on those cliffs above. Dino transports are now
Praise the
available.
Emperor.
Build them at the machine cult.
The fallen shall be forever remembered as the Emperor's finest.
The Emperor protects. My duty calls for the honor of the chapter.
The battlefield awaits. Who requires my aid? Direct me to the injured.
Yes, Lord? Initializing build protocol. What is your will?
Transport deployed.
Yes, Lord? I await your instructions. With all due haste. Here to serve.
On alert, brothers. The enemy must be nearby.
We deliver into battle.
Praise the Emperor.
Yes, most beneficent one. I will do as you ask. Yes, Lord?
Apothecary here. No servant of the Emperor shall fall.
Venerate the immortal
notice.
Emperor.
I am ready to serve again.
Rhino transport deployed.
Venerate the immortal Emperor.
Apothecary here. Who requires my aid?
Rhino transport is prepared. Rhino transport is prepared.
Yes, most beneficent one. With all due haste, I await your instructions. Build routine 721 initiated.
Rhino here. Going straight to the front lines.
I have awoken.
At your command.
At last, back to war. Command me.
Rhino here. Going straight to the front lines.
Scouts here. Search commencing.
Rhino here.
On patrol.
Under fire! How can I serve? I follow your commands.
Faith is eternal.
We'll move ahead and mark any enemy positions.
Taking damage.
To the rally point!
Rhino ready.
Returning to battle!
Take refuge within our armor. Take refuge within our armor.
None can stand before the Inquisition. Agreed.
Rhino ready.
Drop me here and await further orders.
Apothecary here.
I am the instrument of his will.
No one will stop us.
The Emperor protects.
Taking heavy fire.
Inquisition will destroy you.
Command me.
Dispatch me here.
At your command. Strategic point identified.
Marine squad deployed. What is your order? Orders received. Marine squad deployed. Faith is our shield. Fear our wrath.
I have awoken. At last, back to war.
Position secure.
Yes, Lord? I will do as you ask.
Whirlwind artillery tank deployed.
Yes, my lord.
Venerate the immortal Emperor. My knowledge is at your disposal. At your command. Fear not the Psyker.
Even in death I still serve. By his word. I have awoken. I am ready to serve again. To me, my brothers.
Whirlwind artillery tank here. As you command. Whirlwind artillery tank deployed. Whirlwind here. Approaching target.
I have awoken. Even in death I still serve. To me, my brothers.
Marine squad deployed. Apothecary ready. We stand ready. shield.
Whirlwind here. Moving out. Whirlwind artillery tank here.
I am the instrument of his will. By his word.
This day shall be a glorious one for the Imperium.
Yes.
Whirlwind artillery tank deployed.
At your command.
Yes?
Scouts here.
How can I serve?
Scouts in position. Search commencing.
Here to serve. Initializing build protocol.
Whirlwind here. The machine spirit
At last,
is prepared.
back to war. I will be there soon.
Whirlwind here.
Take me into battle.
Whirlwind artillery tank here. Whirlwind here. Moving out.
Under fire!
I am the instrument of his will.
Do I detect uncertainty in your purpose?
Beware the alien. The heretic.
Whirlwind here.
Take me into battle.
Yes, Lord. With all due haste. Yes, Lord. Yes, Lord.
The fallen shall be forever remembered as the Emperor's finest. I follow your commands. How can I serve?
Whirlwind here. His will be done. Whirlwind artillery tank here.
Scouts ready. Strategic point identified.
My faith is my shield.
Faith is eternal.
The fallen shall be forever remembered as the Emperor's finest.
Whirlwind artillery tank here. His will be done.
Even in death I still serve.
Confirmed.
Command me. Take me into battle.
Whirlwind artillery tank here.
secured.
Under fire!
I shall never tire.
Yes, Lord? With all due haste.
Command me.
I follow your commands. For the Emperor!
Scouts in position.
Marine squad deployed.
No such thing as innocence. An open mind is like a fortress with its gates unbarred and unguarded.
Under fire!
I await your instructions. With all due haste.
I am the instrument of his will. To me, my brothers.
The battlefield awaits. No servant of the Emperor shall fall if I do.
Scouts awaiting orders. Infiltrating enemy territory.
What are your needs?
Command me.
The Emperor protects. An open mind is like a fortress with its gates unbarred and unguarded.
At last, back to war.
Taking hits!
Commencing infiltration.
At least we know that the orcs and Eldar are not in league together.
When one enemy attacks another, it does not mean they aren't in league. Just that they are living up to their lack of honor.
And those who lack honor deserve death.
You will stand your ground!
Hope is the first step on the road to disappointment.
Yes, most beneficent one. I shall obey.
What would you have me do? Confirmed.
Whirlwind artillery tank here.
No servant of the Emperor shall fall if I can help it. The battlefield awaits. I follow your commands. Under fire!
Fall back and regroup!
Command me. I will purge the unclean. I am the instrument of his will.
Regroup!
I will purge the unclean.
are your needs? Fire in the hole!
What is it you desire?
What are your needs? Taking heavy fire! Apothecary here. Apothecary here. What are your needs?
Yes?
Whirlwind here. His will be done.
At last, back to war.
Taking hits!
Praise the Emperor.
There is no such thing as infancy.
Whirlwind artillery tank here.
It is better to die for the Emperor than live for yourself. Even in death I still serve. I will crush those who stand before me. Faith is eternal.
Agreed.
Whirlwind here. Moving out.
Taking damage!
Triangulating attack coordinates. Whirlwind here. Moving out.
An open mind is like a fortress with its gates unbarred and unguarded.
The battlefield awaits.
Yes?
Even in death I still serve. I will purge the
The
unclean.
fallen shall be forever remembered as the Emperor's finest. Awaiting orders. Ever vigilant. Cleanse, purge, kill!
Scouts reporting for duty.
What's your order?
Scouts in position. Yes, my lord. Search commencing. Scouts ready.
Awaiting orders.
At your command.
Ever vigilant. Cleanse, purge, kill!
Whirlwind artillery tank here.
Through the destruction of our enemies do we earn our salvation. Mind over matter.
Whirlwind artillery tank here.
I will crush the enemy beneath my boot.
I await your instructions.
Whirlwind artillery tank here.
How can I serve? What is it you desire? What is it you desire? Yes.
Here to serve.
At your command.
On my way. How can I serve?
Defending objective.
How can I serve?
I await your instructions. Initializing build
Scouts
protocol.
in position. Strategic point identified.
Whirlwind here.
No servant of the Emperor shall fall if I can help it.
Command me.
Mind over matter.
Establishing a secondary base near this location will give us a forward position with which to engage the enemy.
Position secure.
Yes, Lord. I will do as you ask.
Whirlwind here.
I follow your commands.
I am the instrument of his will. It is better to die for the Emperor than live for yourself.
Taking damage.
It is better to die for the Emperor than live for yourself.
Yes, Lord?
Scouts ready. Search commencing. On patrol. On patrol.
Direct us to the enemy. Plant, purge, kill.
Whirlwind here.
I follow your commands. The battlefield awaits. Engage. Fire in the hole. The battlefield awaits.
Today the enemy shall not fear.
It is better to die for the Emperor than live for yourself.
I am prepared. No one will stop us.
Whirlwind here.
So the good Inquisitor senses no chaos here. How fortunate for the Imperium that such keen-eyed eagles stand vigil over her gates.
What dark crafts have these Eldar invoked?
None. At least not here. The servants of Chaos sacrificed this poor guardsman themselves.
To what end, Isidore?
I know not. I believe the altar is a marker, a waypoint in a map that leads elsewhere. Someone defaced many portions of text. Regardless of what Chaos seeks here, the altar requires a sacrifice of blood, or more likely, a life.
Brother Isidore, you have an hour to study the altar. Document everything as is our tradition. Then burn it, lest its taint infect us all.
But Gabriel, there is much to learn from here. We should not be too eager to...
Learn what? Chaos does not teach. It misleads and it betrays. There is nothing to learn here, save for our next course. These transports have been damaged somehow. Make the repairs, and be quick.
Well, Brother Isidore, what betrayal have you wrought? Disabling your own vehicles? Harboring artifacts despite your good captain's instructions?
Gabriel does not understand. He does not appreciate the significance of this.
Oh, but I do.
Quiet, heretic. Once I find what you seek, I will use it against you for the glory of the Emperor and my brothers.
You wish to deal me a harsh blow, to prove your strength and worth. Well, then come to me. I wait at Mount Korath.
Have no fear, sorcerer. I will be there.